Hello and welcome to Pour Folks. I'm Seamus.
I'm Sean.
And we are doing high proof, I almost said highballs, old fashions. I would call them highballs. I don't know why. But old fashioned. So, like my shirt says, old fashioned. Call me old fashioned because I am. I'm old fashioned. Anyway, we're doing high proof old fashions. We have our highest proof regular bourbons. We had a 3-quart, there was a finished bourbon. I didn't want to include that. We also have some Eagle Rare,
No, we have a Rare Breed
rye, which is high proof, but I'm going to stay away from the ryes right now.
Right.
We might do a rye version of this. So, anyway, these are the ones we have. We have Larceny A123, which is at, I forgot the proof, 125.8. You got Elijah Craig A123 at 125.6. Yikes. Of course, old Grandad 114 at 114. We have Benchmark Full Proof at 125. That's barrel proof. And Old Forester 1920 brings up the rear with 115. So Old Grandad and Old Forester are bringing up the rear on the proof here, but everything over 110. Just two, and these aren't normally something you would mix, I think. Well, a lot of people might say, why are you mixing these high proof? These are supposed to be neat, this, that, and the other. But, you know, I mean, 114 is a decent price. Full proof, decent price. I mean, these are a little more expensive, $50, $60, $70. Do you want to be mixing those? But the proof on them is so high, maybe you do want to mix them down a little bit, is what we kind of talked about when we were tasting them. So we're going to try them in a highball. I said highball again. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I remember when we tried the Larceny and the Elijah Craig A123, right?
Yeah.
That's my damn number. We preferred them on ice.
Right.
So some sort of watering down effect.
Yeah,
so.
I think it definitely helps with the proofiness of it. So,
Yeah.
And I love the flavors that come out of it with the barrel aging and everything, but it just needs to calm it a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're also going to be adding a splash of club soda to our old fashions. So I also have Demerara syrup from Jack Ruby Cocktail Company. I ordered this on Amazon. Pretty decent price, easy to get. We have orange bitters and, of course, Angostura bitters. So those are the ingredients along with our club soda and the whiskey. We're going to make one of each, and we're going to split them up into smaller glasses so we're not getting... These are high proof, man. We got to take it easy. So I'm going to get started with making these things. All right. I'm going to start with some ice. One more in there. We'll start with Larceny. Sound good? We'll start the higher proof.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? This is probably the highest proof, right?
Highest
this
proof.
is the highest proof, right? So we're going to do 2 ounces of the bourbon. Yikes. That's going to be at the top of that. Okay. Back there. And we're going to do, what did I say, half an ounce? Half an ounce of the syrup. So, boom. There we go. 2 dashes of orange. This is the hard part. That's 2 dashes. Sean's nervous about my dashes of bitters.
A little bit.
That was pretty good.
Bitters are very important, apparently.
Well, they are. They definitely add a lot of aroma and flavor.
Right.
Now, the soda, it says a splash, but I want to be scientific about it and make sure that we get the same amount each time. So, we did a half an ounce. We did a test with 100 proof whiskey just to see with or without the soda. And the soda did give it this a little bit of a refreshing feel to it. And so, and I did about a half an ounce, but it was only on a 1 ounce pour of booze.
Right.
So I'm going to do a full ounce of the soda just to equal that. And I will move this away from the mic because it is awfully loud. Okay. And we will start with our Larceny pours. There's still a lot of it.
We'll have to drink the whole thing right
No,
here.
that's true. All right. So, all right. Should I go ahead and mix the rest, or should we test them as we make them? I think we want to get the coolness of them.
Okay.
So I think we should taste them as we go along, but then we'll save it.
Okay.
Ooh. So the wheated Larceny, that's a wheated beer, right? That definitely came through.
Yeah.
Good flavor though.
I've got way more hope for this series now. we did Old Forester 100. Is that what the bottle's called?
Yeah.
It's never been my favorite. I know it's a go-to for you.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's never been my favorite neat or in any mixes. And we used it to see whether the club soda was warranted.
Yeah.
And I was nervous both ways. But the Larceny is helping. I like the heat on that.
Yeah, I think that's definitely good. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wow. Mm-hmm. I like the wheated bourbon flavor in that. It's definitely got a different flavor going on. Oh man, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go with Elijah Craig next. This is at 125.6, so 0.2 lower. What am I looking for? Looking for the shot glass. Okay. I know, huh? It seems like so much. Jack Ruby. Yeah, Jack Rudy. So Jack Ruby was somebody else.
Yeah.
If you're familiar, you know who Jack Ruby was. That's gonna clink on the video. Okay, orange. I'm doing pretty good on the bitters there.
Yeah, it's alright.
I like the orange bitters. I like the Angostura bitters too.
Yeah.
We got these walnut bitters too. They're odd, but it's good. But it's not.
It's good when it makes
It's
sense.
good when it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And 1 ounce of soda. Okay. Again, we'll move this around for the mic, see if that makes a difference. If it doesn't, I'll try it over the video. The volume on the video. Okay, here we go into the. Yeah, thanks. I'm pouring mine a little heavy. Okay. Okay, so this is the Elijah Craig. That's it. Hold on. Wow. Really taste the bourbon difference between these two.
Oh yeah.
That's interesting. I kind of like the Larceny a little bit better in this.
Really?
Yeah. Just because I think that the Elijah Craig's tastes a little sweeter, and it's already sweet enough with
that's
the
true.
Demerara and the orange bitters and stuff. So I like the difference about the Larceny. I like the difference in the Larceny right now.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely taste what you mean about the sweetness in the Elijah Craig.
Right. Which doesn't bode well for, I think, the next two. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the 1920 last.
Okay.
I'm going to do the 114 next.
Okay.
And then we'll do the... Alright, so up next will be the old Grandad 114. This is Sean's favorite. It's on his... I call this the Throne of Honor. The Throne of Honor.
Okay.
So That's Sean's Throne of Honor. This is my Throne of Honor right now. Is Russell's 10 year. So, the Throne of Honor. This is Sean's pick for that. 114. Getting very popular, and I noticed the price is going up.
I'm giving my Throne of Honor to something a little more fair.
Oh, really?
The 114 is a little. It's like branded for me.
What do you mean?
Like branded to my heart.
Oh, okay.
That sort of thing.
Okay.
So maybe something that I'm enjoying that's a little less like dire
Okay.
for me to have.
Just kind of 114's been yours for a long time, right?
Right.
Right.
It's my favorite. But
Right.
I want to. There are some things that I've been drinking lately that are very good.
Okay. What do you got in mind?
Wild Turkey 101 Rye.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Very good. So.
Yeah. Oh, real quick. If you've tuned in and you've seen our Primal Spirits, we have these the spirals in our distillate we got from Primal Spirits, the pot still and the column still. And that's getting pretty dark. This is a weekend, so
There's some drastic color change.
yeah. So we might have to try them at a week here. Maybe in the next video we can give them a try. I was thinking maybe give them a try, see where they're at, just so we don't. I think 2 weeks total is the max that we want to go. But we go a weekend, try it, see, and then try it after 2 weeks too. So anyway,
You can also siphon an ounce.
you're right. That's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Take an ounce off of each one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would do that. We
Yeah.
should do that.
So, all right, let's get our soda in here. Let's try this one.
Hopefully that rye will shine through.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Oh,
Yeah, it did.
yeah.
Yeah. See, now, that to me is in competition with this.
Right.
Not this one. This one's kind of like the bottom.
Yeah, I see what you mean, because
Right.
the 114 is a high rye bourbon.
Right.
It's not a rye bourbon, but it's
Right.
high rye.
What they call it, burr rye. I think they.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a term I think that I've heard a couple of times. Burr rye, where it's a bourbon with a very high mash bill.
Oh, okay.
This is a wheated bourbon,
Right.
which is a bourbon with a high wheat content.
Right.
This is probably just a straight bourbon, a bourbon with high corn and maybe an even amount of the other grains.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go to the Buffalo Trace product, which is foolproof 125. So we're going back up here. Benchmark. So Benchmark is the Buffalo Trace. This is the 125 is their mash bill. Number one, the White Dog is 125, and this comes out at 125. So recently acquired all the benchmarks, so we got that coming up at some point. We're going to cover all the Benchmark products. They got quite a lineup. So, looking forward to that. Let's get this going. Again, the Demerara syrup available on Amazon. I got it overnight. It came really quick. It's only about $14 for this. I'll put a link on the page if you want to try it. Orange bitters. Don't have enough mixed drinks in the store. That is a little bit of work.
Yeah.
And then our soda. I don't normally put soda, but I don't. You know, I order old fashions out of the bars and go out, and I have no idea what they're putting in. Sometimes they might ask me what whiskey I want. I usually tell them, well, the Well's fine, because I don't want to pay top dollar for this thing. So the last one, I know one of the ones I had was a Bullet, but I swear the next one I had was Fireball, because it was so cinnamony. The cinnamon flavor was just through the roof, and I never did find out what they made it with. But anyway, I can't imagine making it with Fireball because I mean that's just crazy.
Maybe. Might just be crazy enough to try. Here.
Crazy enough to try, right?
Oh.
So anyway, okay. So here's the foolproof. I was hoping we'd have my buddy here, Rick, from other videos we've had to try these out too, because me and him have old fashions a lot when we go out. So I'd like to get his take on these, but maybe in another one.
Yeah.
So, all right, foolproof. It's good. It's just basic. Nothing stands out.
Yeah, there's just sort of a general heat.
Right. It's just a general bourbon flavor. Mm-hmm. There's something about the high rye and the high wheat.
Yeah.
That give it.
It just gives it a different angle.
A different flavor that's kind of unique. This is just kind of simple. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's proofy, I'm sure, but I'm not picking up extra flavors from it. But it's good. But it's very basic. Mm-hmm. None of these have tasted like that one that tasted so cinnamony. It's hard to say, especially when you had a few old fashions. Anyway,
high proof.
Right, high proof old fashioned.
Oh.
So 1920, which has been one of my favorites for sure. Sean actually gave this to me. Was it Christmas or birthday? I guess it could be both. For
right.
Me, right?
Yeah, for you it's both.
So,
it was. I think it was Father's Day.
Father's Day. Oh, that's right.
I think it was.
Anyway,
so.
I've really liked this one.
Oh yeah. I've really liked this one as well. I think we blinded our favorites and we picked each other's.
Right.
That was a while back. Yeah.
It was funny. It was hilarious. But anyway, I haven't been touching it. I mean, this is still the original bottle.
No.
When we got the set with all the other, oops, I gotta make sure I do this right. Half an ounce. Okay. We bought the set of the Whiskey Row, which includes the 1920. Actually, I took that for New Year's to a buddy's house, and we had that for New Year's, so it worked out perfect since we already had it. But boy, we've had this one for quite a while now. But
slow going.
Again, you know, I mean, there's so many whiskeys to try. It's kind of hard to get through them all.
Yeah.
But we're doing it now. We still got, I mean, like the barrel proofs, we have, what, 3 more of these. We have C922, B522, and B521.
Yeah.
And we're still waiting for B523 to show up in our area here. I have not been able to get a hold of it yet. But as soon as we can, we will. Same with the Larceny. I'd like to try to get the Larceny as well, but
yeah,
we'll see. All right. Now that added a little bit of flavor. You know that banana they've always talked about on Old Forester?
Yeah.
I'm getting it right now. I have never gotten this before. I have never gotten the banana.
Right.
And I'm getting it right now.
Interesting. You've ranted about not having that banana taste come through for at least a year.
I have.
That's crazy.
I'm like, why am I not getting it? Everybody else gets it. I was never getting it until right now.
I definitely see what you mean. It's like a slight banana flavor.
I am. Whew. See, that to me is the quintessential. I said it right.
No, you didn't.
No.
You said quintessential. You just said it. Replay it
Okay.
in the editing
I believe it's wrong. Okay, I believe it. Quintessential.
There you go.
Quintessential. This is the quintessential bourbon flavor right here. That is it. This one is sweet and bland and okay. This one, again, okay.
Yeah.
These two are very unique. Between the wheated and the rye, it definitely gives you a different profile of the drink.
For sure.
But this one is the quintessential.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Now I don't know which one's my favorite, though. It's hard to pick. All right, I'm going to go down things just real quick. Right now, the Elijah Craig and the Foolproof are almost the same. Definitely the Old Forester and the Larceny give me different, unique flavors. This is tough.
Yeah. There's very little difference between the Benchmark Foolproof and the Elijah Craig A123.
Right.
Very close.
Yeah, they were very much like, not bad, not bad at all. I mean, very good. But for the bourbon, straight bourbon-esque flavor, this one for that weeded
Right.
right here gives you that different weeded, and the weeded's interesting within the old fashioned.
Right.
I'm not a big weeded normally fan, but I like the way that tastes in the old fashioned.
Right.
I love the rye too, and I like the way that tastes too.
Right. This kind of worked out the way I was hoping it would. 'Cause
Yeah.
These are some of our favorites.
Right.
You have the quintessential bourbon flavor, I would say. These two are very basic.
Right.
They taste almost one for one.
Right.
Larceny is kind of the breakout star here with that high wheat.
Right.
As far as we know, I'm going to look them all up really quick.
Right.
But that's sort of the breakout star where it's kind of doing the same thing that the 114 is, where its mash bill is taking it to a different location outside of your basic
You're
bourbon.
right. You're totally right. I mean, it is a totally different flavor.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it's I guess it's based on what you prefer at the moment.
Right.
You know, because there's times when maybe you're going to want like one over the other. It's hard to pick which one I like right now, but I'm leaning towards the 1920 actually.
Oh, okay.
The quintessential. I know SLB bourbon has the same problem pronouncing this sometimes. But you know what? The Larceny has totally surprised me. I mean, the surprise of the night is definitely the Larceny.
Yeah.
Because I was not expecting that from Larceny. I'm not a big fan of it normally, of the weeded. Even, I mean, and it's interesting because at any one point, like Maker's Mark is a weeded also. And like I've seen other channels go through this, and all of a sudden they pick Maker's Mark as their favorite. And they're like, why is that our favorite? It's a weeded beer. And they're like normally not a weeded fan.
Right.
But they picked it as their favorite on a blind. I'm like, so you just don't know what you're going to like at a certain moment. So let's look at the mash bills really quick and make sure what we're dealing with.
For the 114, you got 63% corn, 27% rye, and 10% malted barley.
Right, so that's a very high rye
Yes.
compared to the third grain.
Right. All right. So the mash bill 1, which is Benchmark Foolproof, is undisclosed, but it is noted as a low rye.
Okay.
So its antithesis would be 114, right? So you probably have a basic amount of corn, maybe slightly higher.
Okay.
I mean, 114 has more corn than I was expecting. At 63%, I believe.
Well, I mean, I think in most that's pretty low actually. So many of them I think are at 70% or higher.
That's true.
Corn, and that's at 68, so it's lower I think than the norm.
Okay.
For corn.
Okay.
So that's my take.
For Old Forester 115, I'm on the
Right.
trend of 114. My
Okay.
bad. Prohibition edition.
Okay.
We've got 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley.
So that's just a slight rye increase, but not huge. And see, I really like this one. And maybe it's the middle of these two, of the high witted and the high rye. It's kind of the middle of that. These are, I don't know, equal parts maybe, but this is a little bit towards the rye side, but not necessarily heavy on the rye like the one before.
Yeah. So for Elijah Craig, this makes sense. This is why that's sweeter. You got 78% corn, 12% malted barley, 10% rye.
Oh,
so malted barley is your second grain there.
It's higher on the barley.
Right.
Okay.
That malted barley, I think, translates to
sweeter.
some sort of sweetness. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Larceny?
So for the Larceny A123, you got 68% corn, 20% wheat, 12% malted barley.
Wow, that's a high wheat comparatively.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. You know what? I like it in the old fashioned. I don't necessarily like it neat, but I like it. If I had to choose which ones I like, which one I'm enjoying today, most of all, this one. Second, this one. Third, this one. These two are a toss up either way.
Yeah.
You?
Same sort of feel. I think these two are fine, but they're not any sort of standout.
Okay.
So they're kind of just out.
Okay.
Basically, they're fine.
It's hard, huh? It's not easy because there's uniqueness, and then there's which one are you enjoying more at the moment. That's what it comes down to most of the time. I'm really giving second place to Larceny just because of the uniqueness, the surprise of it.
Sure, yeah.
Because I was totally surprised by it. It's really the only reason I'd say I'm giving that a second place. Because I enjoyed it more than I thought. Expectations, met and unmet, kind of are playing a part in my decision. This totally met my expectations. 100% of what I expected. Maybe even better than I expected. This one was better than expected, but it was a lower rating. I had this number 1 and probably number 5 or 6, or not 6, but 4 or 5.
Right.
But it's number 2. So the expectation of it has brought it up.
Yeah.
What we're trying to do is come down to the best old-fashioned. So the winner of this is going to face off against our next few sessions of old fashions that we're going to do.
It's hard for me too because before I don't even really care about old fashions. Truthfully,
You're not a big fan, I know.
no, I'm not. But it's making me one. I'd say. So, a big issue that I'm having is the proof is killing what I want to vote for.
Okay.
So, but the rye is dying. It's dying on the vine.
Dying on the vine.
Unfortunately. When I first tried it, it was fantastic, and now it's sort of mellowing out.
Okay, and that's this one here, right?
Yeah, it's because of the 125s across the board here.
Okay. Yeah, but the flavor's still there. I mean, it's still
there,
got
sure.
That rye, and I like it.
Yeah,
I am enjoying the rye.
I'd say with the Larceny, it was surprising. It's like I said earlier. I think it's sort of a breakout star here. I wasn't expecting it to have such a taste off to the side. The more I've tried it, it's gotten more fine. Not as surprising, not as interesting. So I mean, at the beginning it probably would have been number 1,
Okay.
or maybe number 2, but I don't know. I think I like the Prohibition the most.
Okay. I've picked up my number 1, 2, 3,
Right.
4, 5 is what I would say. You pick yours.
Really? Okay. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So we're going to call 1920 the winner.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right.
Sweet.
Well, let's toast out with that.
Okay.
All right. So here's our first in a series of old fashions that we're planning on. This is the high rye version. I think we're talking about doing like a
This is the high proof version.
high proof, right?
Yeah.
High proof version.
I'm not going to let him slip away with that because high rye is what I'm really excited
That's right.
about.
That's right.
So.
So we are going to try, I think, a rye whiskey version of the old fashioned. We're also talking about a 100 proof, which is middle of the road proof wise. Either bonded or non-bonded. I think we can go both on that. And then a low 80 proof well. What's in the well of a bar? You know. Anyway, this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Again, 1920 is our winner here of the high proof old fashions,
Yes.
not highballs. So, anyway. All right, Shlanta. That's just not right.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Join us as we go
As
through
we go
this
through the series.
series
Yep.
of old fashions.
Yes.
Old fashions. Call me old fashioned. I'm old fashioned. And then at some point we'll do Manhattans.
Manhattan.
Manhattan.
For sure.
Anyway.
Oh, man.
All right. Like and subscribe. Join us, please. Comment below. Let us know what you think would be a better choice of any of these, or which one you prefer, or if you've had any of them. We'd like to know. We'll see you next time. Thanks.